Joshua. Chapter 13. Verse 1. When Joshua had grown old, the Lord said to him, "You are now very old, and there are still very large areas of land to be taken over." Verse 2. This is the land that remains, all the regions of the Philistines and Geshurites. Verse 3. From the Shihor River on the east of Egypt to the territory of Ekron on the north. All of it counted as Canaanite, though held by the 5 Philistine rulers in Gaza. Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gath and Ekron, the territory of the Avites. Verse 4. On the south, all the land of the Canaanites, from Arah of the Sidonians as far as Aphek and the border of the Amorites. Verse 5. The area of Byblos, and all Lebanon to the east, from Baal Gad below Mount Hermon to Lebo Hamath. Verse 6. As for all the inhabitants of the mountain regions from Lebanon to Misrephoth Maim, that is, all the Sidonians, I myself will drive them out before the Israelites. Be sure to allocate this land to Israel for an inheritance, as I have instructed you. Verse 7. And divide it as an inheritance among the 9 tribes and half of the tribe of Manasseh. Verse 8. The other half of Manasseh. The Reubenites and the Gadites had received the inheritance that Moses had given them east of the Jordan, as he, the servant of the Lord, had assigned it to them. Verse 9. It extended from Aroer on the rim of the Arnon Gorge, and from the town in the middle of the gorge, and included the whole plateau of Medeba as far as Dibon. Verse 10. And all the towns of Sihon king of the Amorites, who ruled in Heshbon, out to the border of the Ammonites. Verse 11. It also included Gilead, the territory of the people of Geshur and Maacah, all of Mount Hermon and all Bashan as far as Selekah. Verse 12. That is, the whole kingdom of Og in Bashan, who had reigned in Ashtaroth and Edrei. He was the last of the Rephates. Moses had defeated them and taken over their land. Verse 13. But the Israelites did not drive out the people of Geshur and Maacah, so they continue to live among the Israelites to this day. Verse 14. But to the tribe of Levi he gave no inheritance, since the food offerings presented to the Lord, the God of Israel, are their inheritance, as he promised them. Verse 15. This is what Moses had given to the tribe of Reuben, according to its clans. Verse 16. The territory from Aroer on the rim of the Arnon Gorge, and from the town in the middle of the gorge, and the whole plateau past Medeba. Verse 17. To Heshbon and all its towns on the plateau, including Dibon, Bamoth Baal, Beth Baal Meon. Verse 18. Jahaz, Kedemoth, Mephath. Verse 19. Kiriathaim, Sibmah, Zereth Shahar on the hill in the valley. Verse 20. Beth Peor, the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshemoth. Verse 21. All the towns on the plateau and the entire realm of Sihon king of the Amorites, who ruled at Heshbon. Moses had defeated him and the Midianite chiefs, Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur and Reba, princes allied with Sihon, who lived in that country. Verse 22. In addition to those slain in battle, the Israelites had put to the sword Balaam son of Beor, who practiced divination. Verse 23. The boundary of the Reubenites was the bank of the Jordan. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the Reubenites, according to their clans. Verse 24. This is what Moses had given to the tribe of Gad, according to its clans. Verse 25. The territory of Jazer, all the towns of Gilead and half the Ammonite country as far as Aroer, near Rabbah. Verse 26. And from Heshbon to Ramath Mitzpah and Betonim, and from Mahanaim to the territory of Debir. Verse 27. And in the valley, Beth Haram, Beth Nimrah, Succoth and Zaphon with the rest of the realm of Sihon king of Heshbon. The east side of the Jordan. The territory up to the end of the Sea of Galilee. Verse 28. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the Gadites, according to their clans. Verse 29. This is what Moses had given to the half-tribe of Manasseh. That is, to half the family of the descendants of Manasseh, according to its clans. Verse 30. The territory extending from Mahanaim and including all of Bashan. The entire realm of Og king of Bashan. All the settlements of Jair in Bashan. 60 towns. Verse 31. Half of Gilead. And Ashtaroth and Edrei. The royal cities of Og in Bashan. This was for the descendants of Machir son of Manasseh. For half of the sons of Machir, according to their clans. Verse 32. This is the inheritance Moses had given when he was in the plains of Moab across the Jordan east of Jericho. Verse 33. But to the tribe of Levi, Moses had given no inheritance. The Lord, the God of Israel, is their inheritance, as he promised them.